Welcome back to Final Upgrade. So in the last episode here, I built this giant thing that processes way too much water into coolant very quickly. However, we did play around with the ship size that's mining things up and the amount we can actually deliver. And I think I'm doing it wrong. That's based on a lot of comments and a little bit of hindsight. What we have going on here, at least what we observed when we compared this when in connection with a ship that I designed over here, this giant monster here, is that when we only had a little bit of demand, basically by only having a little bit of storage for input or output here, the problem is that I would only get one ship queuing up to go and mine that, and then it would sit there and try to deliver for a long time, and then once it was finally empty, then and only then did we end up sending off another ship. So I think the real trick here that I started to learn when I started to work with these smaller ships over here is that I need more storage than what I have in one single ship right here. However, scaling things up means that I definitely can go larger and make things more efficient. So storage is very, very key to the amount of production that we can actually produce. So everything needs to be in balance. So you know what that means. We got to redesign this station here. So we'll mark all for deconstruction and self-destruct. Goodbye. Today's episode is sponsored by me. I recently launched a website and a YouTube channel named watchitprint.com. Gain experience and learn Fusion 360 in the process as you design this large format 3D printer. This is a very real printer and you can build it yourself if you so wish, and then use it to build your next design. Thank you for your time, and now back to the show. All right, let me go back over to my station here real quick. We're going to modify this. And what I want to do is kind of have a strategy of exactly how much storage I'm going to have inside of my facilities here. So the basic theory of what's going on here is that I have more storage than I have ships that are going to supply it. And then I make my ships just one bit smaller than the amount of storage I have. So I try to come up with a plan and stick to it. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just delete all of this. This way I can work with more tanks. Whoa, this is weird. How? Oh, that's an interesting way to automatically make some neato, well, I don't know, aesthetic things. I mean, my brain went straight to, can we skeletonize spaceships? 'Cause that would look sweet. After all, it's a spaceship. It's not like there's anything, you know, if you run into anything, you're going to be running into it at a ridiculous speed, especially with these things running around at warp. So just to test my theory and see if it holds water, I'm going to go ahead and set this up with 11 storage tanks. So that right there is 10, and then I'll give it one more here. So the hope is that if I build a ship that can mine, that has 10 storage tanks in it, then I should be able to get 2 ships running off, mining up a total of 20 tanks. And that can come back, and then hopefully one is delivering as fast as possible, very, very quickly. Then the next starts to deliver while the first runs off to get more. You guys were also talking about how we can make the stations bigger. Oh, and you definitely know I'm gonna mess around with that. However, I'm gonna play with the game as it is currently because I feel it's a little bit more balanced. But if you're questioning whether or not I'm going to take this to ridiculous levels, yes, absolutely. I mean, come on. Have you seen my other content? And you guys were mentioning, thank you, copy tank settings. Select tank source and click and drag. Oh, they changed it to supply and demand. Oh, that's new. You changed it. Copy tank settings. Click on the source. Oh, yes. Okay, then this is supply down here. Copy. Yes. All right, let's build this cool station. Oh, I guess I told Earth to start building it. Heh. All right, whatever. No big deal. All right, so the next thing I want to do here is just get rid of all of my liquid carrying ships. Oh, wait, can I do this? Can I just blow them up here? Oh, I can make them idle. That's pretty useful. Neat. Thank you. And then if I jump to it like this, then we can go ahead and manage this and kind of redesign it a little bit. Bye-bye! Alright, so now let me go back to my ships here real quick. We'll edit this thing up. Okay, so we're going to delete all of that. Alright, so I'm going to try my skeletonized ship design here because I have a little extra room. Let's see if it works. You know what would be handy here? A symmetry build mode. That would be pretty handy. Not necessary, but it would be handy. As I do believe the actual... Oh, and here's the other thing. We actually don't need robots. Sorry, robots, you've been phased out. Welcome to what it's like to be human. We're gonna replace you with nothing but power. Interesting. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to build it from Earth, but okay, there we go. We're building it from Earth. Liquid mining, pay Earth. No, not this time. Oh, I missed a spot. No, no. Oh, geez, that's all messed up. Are you kidding me? I can't live with this. This is, Goodbye. Oh, so if I say mark all for deconstruction, I should actually be able to do this number. Aha. You tell it to go construct, but what it's actually doing is deconstructing. Oh, how fancy. Okay, well, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, now the new and improved ship. Here we go. Aha! This is pretty cool. So if you build this right next to a station, your robots will go and automatically construct it, which is exactly what I was hoping for with this. It's a lot better than trying to jump your construction ships all over the place. All right, so there we go. I've got one of these built. Auto logic to harvest liquid roots. There you go. So now if I go over to water, you can see that we have two decent deposits of water, one there, one there. And you saw the first ship queue up and it grabbed 900 and some. So if I go back to my things here, liquids auto harvest on expedition, 5 minutes. Water, 30 seconds. So what are they gonna bring back? What? How is this thing still around? No. Goodbye. Okay, so what's important about this is that we can have stations kicking out ships automatically. Really, really important when it comes to making battleships so that we can go and fight other nations or whatever. Aliens. I guarantee they're aliens. But yeah, so you can see how that works right there. So manage, not self-destruct. I've just gotten so used to doing that. Auto logic, restock. So when I built this station, I built it with this in mind. So I can go ahead and build a ship right here and then build another one right there. And I have all these robots nearby, all of these resources, which can be automatically restocked via shipping. Haha. So long as I don't queue up too many ships to be built here, because there can only be so many ships in one zone. All right. One thing that we really want to get into here is energy from like uranium. Ooh, a nuclear reaction. Oh. And energy from hydrocarbon. I know there's something else I should be doing, but can't help myself. So I think my theory is wrong. I can't queue up 2 full ships. It'll always just try to fill it up to the max. So it just tries to fill the demand that's on hand. So it's just important to have a decent amount of stuff in storage. Here I was trying to trick the game. Not quite. However, it looks like having ships of 10 seem to be fairly reasonable. Less than 5 minutes for like a full ship on a 2-star. So really not bad. I think that's something I can work with. Okay, so while that's cool and all, I think what I'm going to do here is actually try to make this more of a multi-station. So I've got fuel that I'm building all the time, and I have a lot more processing units than I really need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the other half of this over to fuel. That way I can do everything in one spot and free up another zone for me to do something else. And then this will finally be the end of what I do with liquid for now, so that we can move on to some higher density energy sources. All right, so for this one over here, we're just gonna put in our refineries. Gonna need to save some space here. Ha! Then copy tank settings, click. Ha ha ha. So much better, I love it. Okay, just don't tell my bad guys where the spaceship is, because it's completely undefended. How much armor? No armor. I mean, if it's gonna blow up, we might as well just let it blow up. Okay, so I attempted to make it look cool. Yeah, I think I might have come up with something. So, you know what that means. Go over here. Actually, this is probably the more defendable spot because it's a little bit farther in. So let's go over here. Actually, you know what? This is probably the better spot. Stop. Manage. Self-destruct. Are you sure it cannot be done? Done. Yeah, that's fine. Bye-bye. Matter of fact, we got this power station up here. We don't need this one either. And then this coolant station. No. There we go. Coolant and fuel. Okay, now we don't have massive batteries, but I could always replace these with the really big ones if I need to. Yeah, see, there's no direct path to this. Green isn't too far away, but, you know, defend the oil. It's not a new concept or anything. Meanwhile, we're still completing all of these orders. Money, which is good, because I keep blowing up all my stations. Oh, Earth wants some iron copper composite. Well, how nice. I finally have a use for all of that. Do give me all your money, please. And we're definitely going to have to build something for carbon. There's no way I don't build a carbon power station right here. Haha, there we have it, completed. So now, if we go back to water and we do this for, I don't know, the third time, fourth time, whatever. Don't judge me. Then we take oil. Oh yeah, so we demand it from the higher quality spots because we only want the good oil. I should be seeing many ships go out. Oh yes, doing their thing. There we go. We've now got fuel at a reasonable rate. And we've got oil. Yeah, I forgot to do this. There we go. Nice. Nice. Which means I should have fuel supply to our single demand now, because we only have the one power station there. And the same sort of thing for shipping between those. Nice. So now, oh yes, lots of fuel, lots of coolant, and a good amount of research. With reasonable mining times. Nice. Ah, this is so much better. Okay, good. It wasn't all that complicated, we just needed more storage. Less bottleneck. So what did we learn? Well, I learned that it doesn't really, it's not as complicated as I might have thought it was. All right, so what have I learned? Well, having more capacity both on the in and the out than what you're actually shipping around quite often is definitely more efficient. And then scaling that up just keeps making it more and more efficient, it seems. So this right here is actually really quite effective. We're able to move a lot of stuff around. I mean, I'm not having any slowdown in my production of power and everything, so this is like suddenly really positive. Now there's still some missing optimization for something like this because it's taking in 2 of each resource up here and producing 1 down there. So this is actually effectively twice as much as our input. Same sort of thing down here. So, but I haven't gone as far as to solve all of that. Matter of fact, oh my goodness. I guess we filled that up with energy. Looks like I need to bring in some of my ships here and put in larger batteries to my power station. Okay, so I'll mark all of those for delete, and then if I take my whole ship and just do the construction thing, it'll actually go and deconstruct. Haha. All right, so with that done, we're going to go in and put in tier 2 batteries, which will actually build, and those will hold a lot more. Where these hold 1,000, these hold 10,000. If you press L, you can local jump to another spot. So since I'm trying to deconstruct right here, it'd actually be a good idea. Oh, jeez. That noise. Not enough space. We'll dump that junk overboard. There we go. So massive battery upgrade down here. 10 times the capacity now. So now when I take this and I pull it out. All right. So another thing here is that if we were to take a look at the power station that I'm currently running, fuel to, if we take a look at carbon, you can see that it takes a little bit of carbon and a little less coolant. But what about uranium? Ooh, still takes uranium rods, but still a very small amount of coolant. We're definitely going to build a uranium powered power station. Let's get to it. All right, so brand new station. We're gonna nickname this one the Nuclear Meltdown. All right. So we need uranium fuel rods for our power station. Let's see if I can come up with a strategy to make this work. Power generator. All right, so let's just face it. This needs to look cool. Yeah, there's nothing more important than this looking cool. I could easily just build a brick of generators. I've already done that. That's not cool. No. Now we need to make this better. A frickin' laser cannon. That just made it cool. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Next. So in this power station, I haven't made any power yet. What I want to have somewhere. All right, so I want a research station. I've heard that there's 2 research stations per power generator, depending on what the power generator does. So with that in mind, we're going to have a research station right down here, and then we're going to have a power generator on either side. Because we need the tubes to deliver and do their things, then this is definitely gonna happen. But we also need coolant. So there you go. I don't know if you can cool a research station, but you're gonna try now, aren't you? I like where this is going. Laser cannon, couple of spots for uranium fuel rods. Oh, yes. Yes. And then we can pop that open right there. Bring in the fuel. All right, there we go. Gosh, not very big though. Only 995 cells out of 2,000. Oh well. We'll make it bigger next time. You sure can spend a lot of time messing around with things. All right, let me set all of these up to run off of uranium. Copy to all. There we go. Set up all of these to buy coolant. Copy to all. And yeah, that might actually work. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait, hang on. These over here need to be demand. All right, let's save this and try to build it somewhere where it makes sense. I think right here. So the nuclear meltdown, only 32,000. We're gonna just pay Earth for that. I'm too lazy at this point. I equipped this one with 3 research stations. So not a ton, but we got 2 giant batteries here. So that should be good. Then a laser cannon, which I don't think has any ammo, but it looks cool and intimidating. Don't you dare attack this power station. Now, hopefully, once I get some roots, we'll take the uranium fuel rods over here and deliver them. See, very short run. And let's see how much power we can generate. Oh, yeah. What? So those push out to the side. That's cool. Good to know. Yeah, we'll just dump some uranium into everywhere else. There we go. Now we got some more fuel rods. It's hard to tell if you're producing power or not in this station, because this thing slightly glows. 250. Oh, it's because we don't have any coolant. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we got some coolant. Oh man, the profit from this thing. Ooh. Let's just go to stations real quick. Coolant and fuel is making lots of money. Who would have known that oil makes lots of money? Ha. And this station right here is just right behind it because, man, all of this uranium, as it turns out, kind of profitable. Which, you know what, makes me think that we should change this to uranium. Look at the profit per minute. Some of this stuff, kind of low, then you get to uranium. Oh, yes. You know what? I'm gonna triple up on uranium. What's a good idea for one spot, I think is a good idea for many spots. There we go, just make some carbon debris in space, very nice. Ah, yes, this is what I was hoping for. Oh, look at all the uranium fuel rods fueling this up. But what? Oh, darn it. I didn't queue up all of those as coolant. Man, I'm not good at copying all that stuff. Oh, geez. Earth wants 1,000 coolant now? Really? Only for 27,000 credits. Yo, I don't think you're gonna get that. All right, so we'll do a little bit of construction while we're running this machine. Just go over here and we delete all, just like that. And then I use my robots to go do their thing. We can just dig that away. We locally jump it a little bit away, there we go. And then if I go back into build and we go back to single, we should be able to expand this out. Go in there, add some power generators. Haha, yeah, this is the way to build stuff while it's running. I mean, when else would you work on a nuclear reactor? All right, so this is up and running pretty good. But now that I'm generating electricity this way, I'm going to go ahead and research up a little bit more tech here because energy from uranium. Oh, yep. Power. And look at this experience just roll in. All right, so I have a surplus of uranium rods. Does anybody want to buy that? No, not a single person? But I have so much. Are you telling me right now that I am maxed out on energy? Well, okay. There we go. Okay, hang on. We need to edit this. It needs to be bigger. All right, there we go. Super upgraded. And then with all of this energy, let's head on out here. And we're gonna buy up, oh yeah. Yep, we're gonna buy you. No, don't travel to that one. We're gonna buy this one, and this one, and this one. And you know what? I think I have purchased absolutely everything I can buy. Anything more, and I will be attacked or in war. So, manage, self-destruct. Goodbye. And then we're going to build our superpower station. The nuclear meltdown station, yep, and we're just going to buy it from Earth because I don't have the materials to make it all. All right, so now that I've captured more planets, they're going to want more things to be done, which means I can go ahead and supply that. However, there's some higher tier stuff that I'm going to need to solve here. The nanites look like they are a hot topic. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock the mechanical parts because I'm definitely going to need that. The nickel composites, yep. Silicon ingot, nope, don't have that yet. And because now I have all of these new planets, I'm able to actually go out there and deliver a bunch of stuff to them. So, just making lots of money. Look at all these big batteries. Yeah, this is a power station. That's cool. I like watching all the stuff like move through these conveyors. And I'm just waiting for a little bit of coolant, and then that will run very, very quickly, hopefully. Hopefully it will. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we've got some coolant. Yeah, and then I put some little batteries here just to watch them charge up. Boom. All right, well, I think that pretty much solves my energy problem, at least for right now. So what I need to focus on now is things like mechanical parts, multi-tools, a lot of these advanced orders, which I haven't been able to supply yet. So in the next episode, I think we're going to start to make some more complicated items and try to deliver those to the planets. And then maybe after that, we'll start a war. Because one thing that I learned today is that being able to build ships right here off of stations like this, that's really handy. So I'm definitely going to have a couple manufacturing docks just for ships. At any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Final Upgrade. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar.